Hi! Excuse me, just enjoying some of the rich traditional cuisine of my people. Anyway, while you're here, let me tell you a little bit about why I want to go to Israel this summer with Reality Pro. First of all, I don't think I can talk about why I want to go to Israel as a professional teacher until I've explained a little bit more about who I am as an educator and an agent of change. To me, education reform is about valuing thinking. I'm not a superhero, but I guarantee you my students know that I value super thinkers. I strongly believe that authentic learning and intelligence is not about supplying the right answers, but about asking the right questions. It's about pursuing the questions that matter, and teaching kids to approach the world in this way, that is what is going to change our society for the better. I've been a classroom teacher for 3 years, and by this summer I'll have earned my master's degree in early childhood education. And one of my favorite all-time theorists that I've read so far is Paulo Freire. He's amazing because all the way back in 1970 he was writing about education in terms of a liberation, and what he says still makes sense today. He believes the key to breaking the cycle of oppressors and oppressed is, you guessed it, education. But it's a lot more than that too. It's about seeing other perspectives and stepping back from your own culture or society to get a better view, and then critically questioning what you find there. In order to walk the walk of my big theoretical talk of multiculturalism and multiple perspectives, I need to enact the principles of lifelong learning that I talk about and take a journey into a different culture. Freire also says that we should be simultaneously teachers and students, and that's exactly why I want to go to Israel. Israel is such a fascinating, rich, and nuanced culture with its own fair share of social issues to face. I want to see what I can learn from the way Israel approaches educating its next generation of problem solvers, and what kind of a mirror this experience can hold up to my own society's practices. How do they push for equity and break negative cycles or reform where things aren't working? To be the best teacher that I can be, I need to go be a student for a moment, see some other perspectives, and ask and reflect upon my own big questions. I have plenty of big goals for myself after grad school, and I always said the reason I wanted a master's degree was to give myself some professional clout so that I can start making real change in the world as an educator. I want to bring democratic experiences like the one I'm able to provide in my current setting to more kids. I want awesome, empowering education accessible to kids from all socioeconomic backgrounds. I want to give kids the space for their voices to be heard, and the power to consider the voices of others, even silenced, invisible others. Seeing multiple perspectives is the key to true critical thinking, the type of thinking that enables great minds to solve problems. Going on this Reality Pro trip will reinforce my stance as a multicultural educator, and I'll be able to bring these voices into my classroom and through there the world. If I am accepted to go on this trip, I hope my guides are ready for my big questions, because they're the same type of questions that I teach my students to ask, and they don't often have easy answers. And as a professional in the education world, seeking to better everyone around me, it's my duty to ask. I have to put my head together with the other problem solvers of the world. Through this combining of voices and seeing multiple perspectives, that both of our nations are going to be able to really bring meaningful, authentic learning to our kids.